What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or possibly to the channel. Another awesome video for you guys here. We'll take you along the process of painting these bright white stripes on this beautiful 69 Camaro. I want to start off first, guys, by just doing a quick little walk around just to show you what the car looks like before I start on it. I do really like the red, all red, but after getting the white stripes down, I like that a lot too. I'm kind of 50-50, on the whole deal. I like it with them and without them, but I will say with the stripes, it adds a whole different element to the car. It looks like a whole different car with them, so. Starting out, pulling off the header panel here because basically I'm not going to sand anything on the car. This car's way too nice to do it that way. To do it right, everything gets pulled apart, gets prepped and sanded, separately, and then you'll see here later on we'll put it back together to start doing our stripe stuff. Okay, with the deck lid off here, I've got to pull the spoiler so we can obviously prep the spoiler the right way and, prep underneath the spoiler where, the deck lid to where everything will stick well, all the paint will stick well. Once everything was pulled apart on the car, it was time to start prepping everything. The stripes on this car are going to be, basically under the clear. So I am prepping everything, and then I'll come in, mask up my stripes, paint them, and then clear over the whole thing. You could have just come in, I guess, and masked off where you want your stripes, sanded that area, and sprayed your stripes in. You would have a line where the the paint edge was, where the stripes were, which would be fine, I guess. Just on something this caliber, this nice of a car, I definitely want to do it right. So that's why we decided to do it. So here I am. This is 600 wet on a solid block, blocking everything flat. Definitely taking extreme care to not get close to the edges. As you can see, the body line up through the middle, it's still shiny because it's not sanded. I'm definitely trying to avoid breaking through any of the red paint because I don't need to spray any of that. I just need to bring it down to where the white base on the stripes will stick, and then our new layers of clear will stick on top of that. So definitely takes time to get it really nice and ready to go, but you want to sand it, all the flat areas with the block, to straighten out all the clear that was on it before. It was pretty nice, but there was a little bit of urethane wave to it, but overall a really nice paint job. And so yeah, like I said, block this down, get it completely flat, and then I'll come in with red Scotch-Brite and all the shiny areas around the edges and body lines. I will just put a nice scuff to those, knock the shine off to where my my paint and clear will stick to that. Okay, after all the 600 was done and most of the Scotch-Brite, there's a little bit more Scotch-Brite to go, as you can see when the light hits it. But I had to put everything back together on the car because, body lines and all that stuff, have to be right back where they were. So whenever I mask up my stripes and everything goes back together, it'll match. All right, guys, got everything masked up here for the most part anyways. I know this seems like quite the process, just to do some stripes, but this is definitely the right way to do it. I took it all apart, sanded everything, prepped everything, then put it all back together for now, just kind of loosely, but definitely where it's going to go. to where then I can lay out my stripes here. And now I'm gonna take everything back apart, finish all the intricate masking, like in the jam area, the hatch or the trunk and the hood area. And then I could finally mask everything off, the panels off, and paint the white in, pull the masking, and clear everything. And then after that, I can finally put everything back together for now to see how everything's gonna look. Here we are, have everything masked up, the bottom sides of everything, and all the masking where we don't want our white to go. And as you'll notice here, I've got my gun dialed back a lot. I don't have much paint coming out. I'm pressing down all my tape because I don't want to have any blow through, So I'll press down all the tape, and then like I said, I've got my volume dialed way back because I don't want to spray heavy. That's my experience anytime you're trying to do line work. You want to go pretty light to where it dries quick and less bleeding under your tape. So, and then also too, I don't know exactly what the person did before me, the shop before me painting the car. So I like to go light just to avoid, fisheye problems or any kind of contamination that could possibly be on the surface. I feel like the wetter you put your paint on to begin with, the more issues you could potentially have right off the bat. So, like I said, just taking my time, pushing down all the tape as I go, keep my fan open on my the air on my gun to where I'm just kind of blowing contaminants off as I'm pressing it down, and just going really light with the white base coat. And then I'll give this a solid 10-15 minutes to dry. It's spraying this light, it's pretty close to being dry by the time you even it hits the panel. I mean, honestly, it dries so fast when you're this light, but I still like to give it 10-15 minutes to give a good solid base to where the next coats can just kind of eat into that first coat. So this is definitely a situation where I feel less is more when it comes to painting line work, at least in my experience. This is about 3 coats of white is what it took to cover that light first coat you've seen, and then 3 medium to wet coats here. Everything's covered great. Everything turned out exactly the way I want. All the line work looked really good. It pays off to take your time and do it, at that pace. So, and here is once we started laying the clear. This is Tamco 2104. This is my favorite clear coat. And this is 5 coats of clear. That will be why it looks so thick, and most of that be cut anyways. So, all right, here we are. Everything's been dry. I think I let it dry for 2 days. It dried over the weekend. I had it sprayed and then it dried over the weekend before I started touching everything. Here I am preparing the shims for the cowl panel to go back on, and everything turned out really good, really awesome. It was at this moment here I was like, man, these stripes were probably the move. It looks awesome. So everything's extreme care at this point. Hate to scratch something that doesn't need to be repaired at this point. So installing the header panel here. Everything is going back just halfway together, loose, just enough to put it together so the car can sit out during the sunny days for a couple weeks to dry. When you've got that much clear, you know, that 5 coats of clear on there, it needs to gas out for a while. You know, I can get to cutting and buffing it sooner, but it'll die back, and then it'll have to come back and buff it again after. So finally, guys, we got it all back together. This car is absolutely beautiful. Wanted to give you guys some still shots of it outside from the shop. If you haven't noticed, obviously you probably have, but this car is also on air ride. Super cool car, very high quality, and it's been a real pleasure to work on this car, and hopefully get to do some more to it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the first video on this 69 Camaro. There's going to be another video out on this car as far as once this cures out. It's got to cure out for a while, at least a week or two. Probably a couple weeks, maybe as far as 3 weeks, I don't know yet, depending on how much sun I can get on it. But the next video is going to be, I'm going to paint correction the whole car and ceramic coat all the surfaces on it, get it ready for car show season. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about what I did here, definitely leave it in the comments. I'm going to put as much, I'll put as much information in this video as I can as far as, materials and all that kind of stuff. But if there's more questions, I know there's a lot that goes into this kind of stuff. If there's more questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. And stay tuned, guys. I know it's been a little bit since I put a video out, but I've got a bunch of stuff kind of just ready to just be dropped all at one time. A bunch of different videos for different projects I've been messing around with it and all that kind of stuff. So be looking out for that. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying this stuff, leave me a comment, definitely subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.